Hello everyone and welcome to DB Design and Sewing Australia. If you'd like to see what I made in the last week or since I've had my sewing up and going in my new house, stay tuned. Welcome back. I'm Deb and this is DB Design and Sewing Australia. As I said in my Dolce Vita unboxing, I also ordered a pattern. Now I ordered this pattern, the So Different tulip dress. Now I had seen this pattern, with some line drawings of it. I had seen this pattern, Christine from Gemini Stitches has made a few of them and they looked absolutely beautiful. So many things you can do by adding a different type of hem on it, or you could make it out of the same fabric, but it looked like a really nice dress, so I thought I would get that pattern. Now it goes from UK size 8 to UK size 26, and that's a bust measurement of 84 centimetres to 128 centimetres, and it looked really lovely on Christine, and so I will add the links into this so that you can check out the tulip dresses that Christine made. So the first thing I did when I started sewing again was I had this, I will insert photos all the way. I had this Gilbert blouse. Now this is in a fabric called Painterly Primrose and it's a linen viscose, and it's the one with the beautiful really well matched buttons, which was just a fluke, and when I put it on it was just screaming pajamas at me. So what I did was I didn't actually have any of this fabric left. I looked through my scraps. I even opened up the poof that I made, that I put my scraps in, and I didn't have any in there either, so I'm not sure if I used them for scrunchies for the kids or not. Anyway, I decided I'd make it into pajamas. So I took some off the width of the sleeve because they were quite a wide sleeve and I had elastic in them. And so I put a cuff on the sleeve in a double gauze muslin. And I made some pajama pants in the double gauze muslin and added the trim onto the bottom of it. And the trim I used was what I cut off the sleeves because I actually had no more fabric, and I'm loving them, very comfortable. And so that way I will get some wear out of this beautiful fabric. It's just beautiful. If I saw it again, I'd buy some and make a dressing gown out of it. Absolutely gorgeous. Now that was the Carolyn Pyjama Pants pattern that I used for the pants, and the top was the Gilbert shirt, obviously without the tie front. So that was the first thing I made, and then I made this outfit I'm wearing now. Now this is I will put photos in so you can see. This is the Comfi Pants by Pattern Scout. Now I had previously made what I call my giant teddy bear outfit, which is the Cara set by Swim Patterns. I think that's what it is. And I just find those pants so wide in the leg that I didn't want to make those again. So I found this other pattern by Pattern Scout, and it's called the Comfy, I think it's called the Comfy Lounge set. Now I didn't want to use the top because the top was quite a fitted top, so I used the pants from that. And for the top, I used a mashup of the Vera top by Forget Me Not Patterns, which is still a free pattern, or I think you can give a donation of a couple of dollars. So I used the body of the Vera because I wanted it to skim and not be as fitted as what the Trudy Turtle Neck is, and I used the top part of the Trudy Turtle Neck pattern and the sleeves of the Trudy Turtle Neck pattern. Now, I got this fabric in the Woodland Retreat bespoke box, and I didn't have quite enough fabric to get both sleeves out of it. I'd only get one sleeve out of what I had left and not two. So I contacted Kristen and said, you made a cardigan out of this, have you got any scraps left? And she had a scrap that was just big enough. So I was able to get the other sleeve out of it and make the whole outfit. So I was really thrilled, really happy. This is so comfortable. As you can tell, I've put it on this morning and I haven't taken it off yet. So really, really happy with that one. So that's the Comfi Pants by Pattern Scout. Really nice pattern. That's a really good pattern. I think you can put pockets in it. I didn't put pockets in I don't tend to put pockets in stretchy pants. So then they stick out on your stomach part. So really happy with this because it's such gorgeous fabric. And the mashup of those two I will use again. So I do like something with a high neck when it is cold. And remembering that if you make a turtleneck or something with a neck band as such, you can make the whole thing on the overlocker. So I made the whole thing on the overlocker, cover stitched the hem and the sleeves, and it's done. So it's done in no time. And the same with the pants. I did have to wait for elastic to arrive because it required 5 centimetre wide elastic, which I think is 5 centimetres. Is it 2 inches? Yeah, 2 inch wide elastic, and it's very comfortable around the waist, very comfortable. Really like that pants pattern. And as I said, I will be making a set again when I find some really nice knit fabric. So that was the second thing that I made. Then I made the Unwind Jumper, and that's a Pattern Emporium jumper. Now, I've made this jumper before. This was the fabric that I bought from Lush Fabrics. Now, it's got a really long name. It's called the Heathered Navy Tri-Blend French Terry. So, and I didn't line the hood. Last time I made one, I lined the hood, but that was because the fabric I had was actually white on the inside and a dark colour on the outside. So I just lined it with some acrylic woolen fabric that I had. So really happy with this. Put some cuffs on the sleeves, put some cuffs on the hem. Was thinking about whether or not I would put some cuffs on the pants, but didn't because I didn't have enough cuffing in the navy. So the pants are actually the Anita Ponti Pants by Tessuti Fabrics. Now, I've made the Ponti Pants before. I did put a label in it so I'd know which is the back and which is the front quickly. Or if you're in the dark, you can feel where the tag is. Really happy with how these turned out. Not sure how much longevity I will get out of the fabric, but I'll keep you posted on that. So it's heathered, so you can see it's sort of already a little bit thready. I'm just not sure if that's going to pill or not, but they're very thick and very warm. So you can see that they've got that brushed fleece and French terry on the outside. Now, what was odd about this fabric is that when you look at the fabric, it looks like it should be stretching that way. It actually stretched that way. So when you laid it out on the table, it was not stretching from selvage to selvage. It was stretching in the length, which was fine because remembering that it's knit fabric, so it's 150 wide, and I could easily cut it out in the opposite direction than you would usually cut out your items. So it has no stretch in the other direction. It only has stretch in one direction, and it's not a huge amount of stretch. One of the reasons I chose the Anita Ponti Pant pattern was because I knew that the fabric did not have very much stretch in it. sometimes, like a Ponti knit doesn't have stretch like, just say something like this would have. This is a Pointelle, but I chose that pattern particularly because it doesn't need a huge amount of stretch. Couldn't make it in a woven, but it doesn't need a huge amount of stretch. And the same with the Unwind Jumper. Now the Unwind Jumper is quite a boxy jumper, as you can see, so you don't need to worry too much about a huge amount of stretch. And the other Unwind that I've made didn't really have very much stretch in it either. So really, really happy with that. Great tracksuit. Great tracksuit, even if I only wear it at home. And I shouldn't say that, because I wear Ugg boots to the supermarket, so it's the country. People wear whatever they want. And the last thing that I made was another Trudy Turtle Neck. Now this is some rib knit that I had, that I purchased from Blackbird Fabrics in Canada, I want to say, many, many years ago. Again, I put a label in it so I'd know the back from the front. Really happy with this. It's a 3/4 sleeve, and I did what they called the lower neck or the crew neck, so not like this one is. So not the polo neck, which is what I've made all of my merino wools. I've made the polo neck jumpers, but I've made them quite fitted, and I knew this wouldn't be very fitted because it's very ribbed and quite a loose rib. 3/4 sleeves. Very happy with this. Be great for springtime. So that's what I made. So in the pajama pants, it was the Carolyn Pyjama Pants. This is just the pattern that I made up with my mashup of the Vera and the Trudy. Now this is the Comfi Pants by Pattern Scout. Yes, they do have a pocket if you want pockets in it. I don't necessarily want pockets in a knit or a stretch pant. I find it can stick out sometimes. Now this is the Trudy Turtle Neck, and I made the 3/4 sleeve, and I made the, what do they call it? Two collar options, a high collar and a low collar. So they're calling it a collar, but it's a polo neck. You live in Australia, you know what that means. So this is a turnover neck, and this is just a single layer neck. So once again, always happy with that. I've made so many of those Trudy turtlenecks. And this is the Anita Ponti Pant. Very good work pants. So if you're wearing a plain black pant to work, these are a very comfortable pant to make. Just make sure they're not too short in the legs. I think I put my black ones in the dryer, and so they're, yeah, I wear them with boots, so they're okay. Oh, and this is the Unwind sweater by Pattern Emporium. So I made the hooded version, and I'm not sure if it's supposed to have a band at the bottom or not, but I just put a band on it. It's just some ribbing that I had in my stash. I now no longer have any navy blue ribbing left. Now the other thing I was going to make is I wanted to make a dress using this Ponte Lagoon. Is it so dark in here? Oh, that'd be better. So this is the Ponte Lagoon. The colour's called Lagoon. So the Ponte that I got from the Dahlia Sewciety. And I've got a choice of two dresses. Now this is, it's now called the Lenny. It's a seam work dress, and when I first made it, it was called Nina, and now it's called Lenny. It's a really nice dress. I think I had to take it in 3 times. I must have originally made the large, cut it down to a medium, and now I've cut it down to a small. It's not Probably not as fitted as what she's got it, and sometimes I wear it with a belt. Now, I made that in a black Ponti many years ago. I've actually got lots of wear out of it, but it started to go a bit pilly because the quality of the Ponti made it, it's not going to last forever. The other choice I've got is the Camille knit dress. Now that's by Style Arc, and it's got, what do they call it? They don't say what it is. It's got this add-on piece in the front. Yep, that's the front there. And I'm just not sure if the Ponti's going to have enough drape in it to do that, or if it's going to pull down the front, because I probably will need to lift the pattern up a bit at the waist, because I know that their waistline is not going to be where my waistline is. So because it's not a dress with a waist in it, I don't want it to pull it down further. So I'm in two minds. If you've made this Camille dress before and you've made it in a Ponti, please let me know if the Ponti was too heavy for it. Its fabric recommendations are knit jersey, knit rib, or any knit fabric with stretch. So that's really pretty open-ended for what type of fabric. And I've tried to look online, but I can't see that that anybody's made it in Ponti. I'm sure they have. It's just not on Google searching. Now, the other thing I've got is this beautiful waffle knit, brushed waffle knit. I got this from Lush Fabrics. It's so lovely. It's just beautiful. And so I wanted to make a cardigan. And I just don't know which cardigan to make. I could make the Blackwood cardigan, or I could make the Melville cardigan by Liesl & Co. Now the long one is the vest. This one is the cardigan. But you could make the cardigan in a longer version. So I'm not sure how long to make it. I'm not sure. I have got quite a few cardigan patterns because I've got the Marlowe. And I have got a few other long jackety types of patterns. So I've got this one where it's got this long jacket. And I've got this one that's got this long jacket with a little tie in the front, but you could always add a tie in the front. So not really sure which one to make in that. And I remembered what I was doing with my denim. This has been washed twice in Coca-Cola and dried in the dryer twice. I was making some Lander pants. Surprise, surprise. And I was going to make it with the button front. Now, I've made a fair few pairs of Lander pants, but I've always made them with the what's it called? Zipper expansion pack. So I've only ever made them with a zip. And somebody asked me, have you made button-up fly pants? And I thought, no, I haven't. But I've got, you know, heaps of buttons. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I might put 5 in there, who knows. And so you can see originally the pattern was button fly pants. So this nice dark denim that has no stretch whatsoever, I'm going to do a button fly pants. Medium to heavy bottom weight fabrics with little to no stretch, such as twill, linen, corduroy and denim. So that fabric is ideal because it's quite a heavyweight denim and it has absolutely no stretch. So that's what I was going to make with that. So I really need to decide whether I make the Lenny or the Camille, because that's a nice winter dress. So I'd need to actually get on with that. I have printed out my pattern and am yet to stick it together for the LB Textiles Duplantier dress. And that's in this beautiful viscose twill, which is exactly the same dress that Kristen made in this fabric. And I have written down the changes she made. It was quite a short dress, and it was a shorter sleeve dress too. So to extend the sleeve by 10 centimeters and extend the skirt by 30 centimeters. But once I get the pattern made up, I'll easily be able to see. These pants slip off this stool all the time. Once I get the pattern made up, I'll be able to see how much I need to extend it by. So that's my upcoming plans. Other plans I have got down there, white linen pants, the matchy best puff sleeve top, or the matchy puff sleeve top, and a Tessuti robe that I'm making for one of my daughters. So that's all from me this week. I will put all the details of all the patterns that I have talked about that I made in the details below. So I'm back to sewing. My room still looks like someone's bombed it. That's really just because I need to get used to where everything is. And the lighting's different, and so when it's dark, because it's going to rain, and it's been raining a lot, forgetting to turn the light on, just using lamps. But I've actually brought my heater into this room, put the heater on this today because it's quite cold. But loving this outfit, loving this fabric, really, really comfortable. Really comfortable. I could have done it as a polo neck, you know. Probably didn't have enough fabric to do it as a polo neck. But that's me for this week. I will come back to you next week with everything I have made, and I'll choose some fabrics to start to make and look at the tulip dress. But I will put Christine's details below on her making of the tulip dress, because that's Christine from Gemini Stitches. Her dresses looked fabulous, so I've decided to make up one of those dresses and see how I go. I'll show it to you when I'm finished. Everybody have a fabulous week. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.